Rock Hopper here. If there's any peak that looks impossible to scale without ropes, it's this one. Think we can make it up there? I don't know. I think we should try and see how far we can get anyway. I'm here in a lesser traveled part of the Ironwood National Monument in Arizona. That's a cool rock. Can you see how it sparkles in the sunlight there when I move it around? That's one nice thing about the Arizona desert is there are a lot of interesting rocks out here. The closer I get to that peak, the more daunting it starts to look. This looks like a mighty prickly situation right here with all these choyas. It's a choya garden. So I think I better find a way around this. But first, have a look at the beautiful skeletal structure of these choya cactus. The closer we get to that peak, the more impossible it does look to climb it. That's a nice buck. Now I see why those bow hunters were here the other day. That's what they were looking for. But they missed this guy. Live on to see another day, beautiful buck. Looks like it's time for a little climb. Whew, I can't believe how warm it is for January. They said on the radio that Tucson was supposed to get to 79 degrees today. I think I'll take a little break in the shade here. I did actually bring some water on this hike. I don't always do that. Sometimes I'll camel up and drink a whole bunch and then just go so I don't have to carry the weight of the water. But anyway, it's a good thing to have in the desert, as you already know, I'm sure. Here's a look at some of the adjacent peaks. Came around a corner of rock and there it is. The peak, the pinnacle, looking more menacing and impossible than ever. Let's head up to the base and have a look. Pretty steep getting up here. Let's quit messing around and just go straight on up. That's a heck of a rock wall right there. There's no reasonable way to climb this without ropes. So we're going to have to see if we can find another way. Even the most impenetrable fortresses sometimes have a vulnerable spot. And this right here, this is like a fortress wall. That's an interesting shaped saguaro, isn't it? Let's go around this thing and see if we can find a way to go up to the top. There might be something. I just found what is a black jug of some kind here, and it looks similar to the jugs that I was finding down near the Mexican border, and I have seen some what look to be sleeping materials up here as well, and there are some farm fields down below. So what I'm wondering is this, even though it's a bit far north, is this an area where illegal travelers come through to work on the fields? If you're interested in more of that, go to my video on the trail of smugglers and illegal travelers when I'm down not too far above the Mexican border. Tied around the jug's handle is a Mexican style blanket, so I think this is probably a stopover, a lookout for illegal travelers possibly. This blanket looks like it was bedding material for somebody. What appears to be a sleeping bag here. More bedding over here. Huh. Maybe I should just take this cup. It's stainless steel, and up here it's just litter. Reduce, recycle, reuse, right? It'll clean up nicely. Well, this is interesting. An abandoned backpack, which appears to have Coke bottles with some Coke in there still. Looks like a sock in there. Some type of food. What does this thing say? Benny que mango. Mango flavored hard candy. Lollipop coated with chili. Sounds kind of tasty actually. Producto de Mexico. Looks like somebody's made this into something of a residence. This cave here. You got the cactus ribs here to lay your bedding on probably and keep you off the ground a bit. Back there is some bedding in a bag. And over here, evidence of food. Possibility of getting up through that crack right in there and heading up to the top. But I think I'll look for another way first. It's all looked like this. But now I'm seeing a glimmer of hope around the corner. There might be a route to the right. I'm seeing what looks to be a possibility here for a route to the top. Rocky and spiny with cactus. Time for gloves. Oh yeah. Made it to the first little peak, but the big peak is over there. Alright, so we'll drop down into the saddle down there, and then we will begin the ascent up to the very top. I'm not sure if we can make it, but we're sure as heck gonna try. Just saw a bighorn sheep. I don't know where he went. Couldn't get the camera out quick enough. Right up there. Right behind those rocks. Dang it. There they go. Wow, that was totally cool seeing those bighorn sheep run past. I had to anticipate where they were going to go because I knew they were going to try and run around me. So I just got lucky in getting that shot because they were fast. Speaking of bighorn sheep, if you really like them and like to watch them, don't forget to watch my A Drive Down America's Outback Part 2. There's a whole lot of them in there. I see the top. I wasn't expecting a greeter. Isn't that the cutest face you'll ever see? Not. I can't believe how close this vulture is letting me get to it. I'm only like maybe 20 feet away.
We have reached the top. Yeah.
And it looks like there is a peak register in here. So let's open that up. So it looks like this is submarine rock or tower rock or maybe something else.
As it turns out, what I thought was the enclave of illegal travelers wasn't. I met a local who told me that what I'd seen was the lair and lookout of drug cartels. He also told me that someone he knows found a backpack, not of half-empty Coke bottles, but filled with money. I won't tell you how much, but I'll say it was enough for him to buy a very nice brand new pickup truck. As for that stainless steel cup, I took it along, cleaned it up, and I've been putting it to good use.
This peak offers a valuable lesson in life. Because in life sometimes things do seem impossible. But then upon closer inspection and when you look at something from a different angle, you realize that what you thought was impossible may actually be doable. Sometimes you've just got to find a way. So think about that the next time you come across some adversity. I hope you enjoyed climbing to the top of what appeared to be the impossible peak. At first, anyway. Give me a thumbs up, like. Don't forget to share and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, this is Rockhopper. I'll see you again.